All right, Timo, the purpose of this video is to show you one place where you can get better as a hitter. And like I said, there's a lot of things you're doing well, and this is that one piece that can enhance your swing to make you a more powerful hitter on a consistent basis. All right, and I'm going to demonstrate it here with like 4 or 5 professional hitters before I explain what you look like. And what we're going to do here is talk about the idea or the principle of weight shift. And after we talk about the principle of weight shift and show it at work, we'll explain how you can do a better job getting your weight shifted through your swing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a green line behind Manny Ramirez's back foot. And we're going to watch him work into his negative move position where he lifts his knee, he takes his stride, and his foot is down and he's ready to swing. And what you're going to notice as he swings is he does a really good job shifting weight from his back leg into his front leg as his hips rotate. So that when he gets to the point of contact, there's so much weight being shifted that his back foot actually drags forward a little bit because of that powerful weight shift into the front side. And I can demonstrate this with several other professional hitters. We'll look at Albert Pujols, for example. We'll draw a line behind his back foot. We'll get him into his positive move. He's ready to hit right here. Watch as he takes his swing into contact. And you'll see that back foot comes forward just a little bit because of the powerful shift of weight that he's able to get from back leg into front leg. And we'll look at the same thing with Chase Utley, a guy that's more of a contact gap-to-gap hitter, but still can hit with some power on a consistent basis. If we draw that line behind his back foot and we watch him shift his weight from his back leg into his front leg, you're going to notice that at the point of contact, his back foot comes forward just a little bit, so there's a good weight shift there. Now, if we take a look at you, we're going to draw that line behind your back foot right here, and we're going to get you into the end of your stride, and you're going to notice that you don't get as much weight shifted because when you make contact right there, you'll see that your back foot actually goes backwards, which means that you're not shifting all of your weight into that front leg. And so this is not a problem in terms of making contact. You're going to be able to make contact either way because you have a great hand path and you get your hands into a great position like all good hitters do. It's simply a problem of hitting with more power on a consistent basis. Okay, and when I look at you, you're a strong kid, you're a big kid, and I see a lot of potential for consistent power day in and day out. Especially with those aluminum bats, regardless if it's a BB core or wood or whatever, you can get a lot more power out of your swing. And so what I want to do here is go back to Manny Ramirez because that was the pro that we used earlier in your strengths and talk about how you can get a better weight shift. And to be completely honest with you, it's as simple as making a few changes in your balance when you get your front foot down. So we'll pull up Manny Ramirez right here and slide him over. And in order for a professional hitter or any good hitter to get their weight shifted throughout their swing, they have to get to a good point of balance when their front foot hits the ground. So you're going to see here when Manny Ramirez begins to lift up this knee, what he's really good at doing is keeping the weight on the inside of his back leg. And you'll see when he picks up his knee, he's in perfect balance because his eyes stay slightly in front of his belly button. In other words, if he was to turn his head and look at us on the screen, his head would be right in the middle of his body. And as he continues to take his stride forward, you'll see when he works forward and his front foot hits the ground right here, you'll notice again that number one, his eyes stay slightly in front of his belly button, and number two, the weight stays on the inside of his back leg. And it's almost like as he's striding, he's kind of pushing off the inside of this back leg, keeping the weight on the back side, but on the inside. And there's perfect balance there. Now, when we take a look at you, I want you to notice one of the first things you do when you pick up your knee is you move a lot of weight backwards. Watch right here. As you go, all that weight goes back. And so when you pick up this knee, you're not completely balanced. Your eyes are not slightly in front of your belly button. Instead, they're a little bit behind. So if you were to turn your head and look at us on the screen, your head will be back of center. Again, look at Manny Ramirez in the same position that you're in. When we pick up his knee, look at the position of his head. Eyes slightly in front of belly button, head right down the center. Whereas with you, you see that you're back of center. And as we take you forward into your stride position, when your front foot hits the ground right there, again, you're going to see that your eyes are back of center, behind your belly button. And your weight is more on the outside of your back leg as opposed to the inside of your back leg. And so when you get down in this position, it's very difficult to shift weight into your front leg and maximize all of the weight that you can shift. Whereas with Manny Ramirez, because he's striding into balance right there, and because he's in balance when his front foot hits the ground, you'll see again, eyes slightly in front of center of gravity, weight on the inside of the back leg, power moving forward, but weight staying back. He's able to get a good weight shift and drive the ball. Whereas with you, less balance, less weight shift into stride, so weight works backwards, as you can see right there. Now again, Timo, you're still going to be able to make contact with the swing you have and be a really good hitter. If you're looking to get more power and more of an edge from your swing, this is something you might want to think about.